All right,
and
so
we're going to get the truck to come back a little bit because they can't get themselves off the trailer. So just a little bit of a delay there. Simon Gibbon, Paul Thompson, Novus Autoglass.
All right, that rounds out the top 8 for the Group B. We will come to you with who is going to progress into the top 5 from that particular class. We are now going top 8 in the Group A's. The Group B boats, by the way, have around about 500 horsepower at their disposal. The Group A boats that are currently running right now, we see Simon Gibbon now coming off the trailer. They produce somewhere between 650 and 700 horsepower. And then you've got the unlimited boats, which it is just you can run what you brung, and it just does not matter at all. But this is top 8, International Group A class. Simon Gibbon, you heard Wiggy say that they're really going to have to sort this out. They qualified slowest getting in and only got in by the hair of their chinny chin chin. So they're really going to have to put their foot into it. And you would suggest the way Simon Gibbon has gone about it so far in this particular lap that he's really doing exactly that, really picking up the ante, moving the ante right where it needs to be. A little bit slow coming around the hairpin and the left-hander around Altherm as well. And here's where it gets untidy in through here generally. Oh, I think he might have eased off too much. And that he's not going to post a fast time while the boat just hopping and skipping and jumping and behaving like an absolute animal. So Cy Gibbon across the line there in a 39.863.
Gee, it's really looked roughed out there through the middle of the track, didn't it? So that's probably the end of their day, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I might be putting the cart in front of the horse a little bit here, but you'd have to give them a round of applause. They've come all the way from Canterbury, so let's celebrate that for them. The Novus Autoglass boat. Give them a big hand. Maybe we'll see the back, maybe we won't. Back upstairs.
Here we go now, 10 Tools racing with Bevan and Kathy Muir. Of course, we're into Group A action. This is the top 8 shootout, and look at that boat just launch off the line and just beeline it straight down to that PSP turn at the end of the course. Around the hairpin at Mouth Fresh here, Bevan and Kathy looking good so far. That boat is just looking exactly how you want it to, sitting in the water, nice and smooth and not dancing around too much at all. So at this stage, Bevan looking like he's on for a really, really nice run indeed. Oh, he's almost missed it there, but have just worked it out late. Caught himself up, now he's bopping all over the shop, round Mouth Fresh to finish, but that's going to be a run of 38.360.
Well, that wasn't a bad run as far as time went, but gee, it was a little bit rough as well. And Bevan Muir was late coming around the Altherm Island in the Altherm Island in the middle of the track, and stuck it up on a Suzuki there for a split second. And we have seen boats. They actually, once they start getting up onto the dirt, they start getting pulled into the dirt. So very lucky to get away with that one. As now, boat 77, Lethal Injection, coming onto the water. It is Duncan Wilson at the helm. Jamie Lee Lupton doing the navigational duties. And this boat is a white pointer stinger, producing around about 600 horsepower with a Scott 8.5-inch jet unit. This boat is for sale. And we can see 0800 My Engine sponsors on board it as well.
Yeah, here goes Dunk off the mark, and of course, like KB said, this boat is for sale. So picture yourself racing in this machine and then get in touch with Dunk. Wonderful man, and he'll be happy to pass on a bit of knowledge in his boat to you. But in the meantime, he is meaning serious business. He wants to crack on and see how far into the day he can go here at the Naki 500. We hope you're having a fantastic time. The racing is absolutely brilliant at the moment. Duncan doing very well so far. He's coming around just that choppy bit, but it looks like the boat's holding it together. He's fanged it out there. He's coming over the line, and that's going to be a good time. 37.817. Duncan Wilson and Jamie Lee Lumpton in Lethal Injection, laying it down here in the top 8 of the Group A.
Righto, we're down here, Taranaki, with your team from New Plymouth. It is time for Neil Karen Marshall in Eagle Automotive. They're coming to get... Oh, no, we're not. We're changing around. Sorry about that. It is, in fact, the hustler, Warren Farr.
And they call him Gorilla Arms, Ben Thomas. Have a look at this navigator, ladies and gentlemen. He will throw his arms so far out, I don't know how Warren Farr can see. He's one of the most animated navigators that we have ever seen in the world of jet sprinting. Have a look at that. Warren Farr needs a fly swatter to get his navigator's hand out of his face.
He really does throw his arm out there, but hey, if it works for them, how do we judge? And it just looks so animated and absolutely brilliant seeing this wonderful looking machine flying around this course with navigator Ben Thomas going absolutely mental with his arm, round mouth fresh over the line, 37.726, so the tactics are working. Go on, Gorilla Arms.
Well, Gorilla Arms, I'll tell you what, it's really interesting though, Jace, coming up into the Altherm window for the last time where we're seeing that big crosswash up there going through NZ. Warren Farr went a lot deeper towards PSP Island that time and seemed to miss all of that crosswash. So that was a really smart move. The first time we've seen it all day, and it worked to great effect. Neil Marshall, Michelle Reid, now out on track at the moment. And wow, these guys off like a dog shot in the bum, and really opening up that option there for the mouth fresh corner. Doing a really good job at the moment. I'm really impressed with the way these guys, I just knifed it a little bit around PSP. How are they going to go around the hairpin at Suzuki? Now going around to the PSP, up into Hines up there. Another great sponsor coming on board for the Naki 500. Now let's see what Neil Marshall does here. Wow, he's beaten the inside of the wash that time out. So Neil Marshall, 36.802. And a very interesting run there because we saw Warren Farr in the Hustler go around the outside of the washing machine and miss the washing machine effect by going deeper towards PSP. That time out, we saw Neil Marshall cutting inside and he didn't get hit by the crosswash.
We're going now to 222, ladies and gentlemen. Rick Burton, Alf. This is a really quick boat that had a 37.107, 37.107 earlier on. The little bit of traffic congestion down here in the pit as we look to 222, leading us out into the water. Cavey, all yours, buddy.
All right, Rick Burke and Elf Kill just throwing the foot into that. You can hear that boat just sing straight up into that top part of the course. Oh, you cannot, he was buying himself some real estate. They hosed Neil Marshall and Michelle Reid on the launch ramp as well. Oh, how are they going into that hip? Oh, the boat just bogging down, spinning the wheels just a little bit. This is why these guys are reigning world champions. Oh, a little bit late going through there as well. Oh, that is just a beautiful drive. This will be fast. Woohoo! Whoa, and we got a time there of 36.991. Wow, what a run there by Rick Burke and Elf Kill.
Here comes Ollie Silverton and Jess Sitt off the line in the PSP Suntough boat, this brand new package. They had a 36.942 to find themselves in third place in the last round.
Yeah, these guys have been driving super aggressively all day today, and Drainage Systems, Clearview, PSP getting right behind the team from Hamilton as well. Suntough, of course, Jess Sitt, the marketing manager for PSP Building Brands. And just have a look at the way Ollie Silverton has really stepped up here for round 3 of the New Zealand Series. This is the Naki 500. This is the finals in the Group A.
Top 8 racing here with Ollie Silverton looking to put down. Oh, what's
It's gone
happened?
off.
Something's happened with the engine, and he's just coming to pretty much a complete stop.
Yep, that has
Heartbreak.
flamed out. I dare say there's been a warning light come on in there. You saw a bit of smoke coming out of the breather. So that is a real shame for Ollie Silverton and Jess Sitt. That means it's the end of the day for them. And what a shame, because they were really starting to come on song and really drive super aggressively and starting to march their way up towards the top end of the field. And that is such a disappointment.
Yeah, he'll be, both teammates will be absolutely shattered because they really were putting some pressure on the other guys and laying down some really, really competitive times. So a real shame to have a mechanical failure to end their day.
Yeah, Wiggy's down there, so hopefully you can get the information pretty well straight away. That means that we have 2 boats left to run in the top 8 for the Group A, and it will be Blake Bryant and Sam Newdick in that order. So we'll just wait to see what happens with Ollie Silverton and Jess Sitt once the PSP Building Brands vessel gets back up onto the trailer. And, geez, I tell you what, look at Wiggy. He's like one of those, he's like a seagull. He's down there, he's onto a chip. Well, he can't hear me, obviously.
Yeah, it's great that he can't hear us, isn't it? He's just really getting in amongst it. But good on him. It's nice to be able to get, you know, the words straight from the driver and find out exactly what's going on, and then Wiggy can relay the information. I notice he's not that keen to get wet, though, is he?
Oh, no, he doesn't like water, can't you? That's why we sent him out of there, mate, out of here, and send him down there. We can't stand the smell. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Blake Bryan and Kate Hoogerbrug. And this is Harvest Transport Boat 52. Blake Bryant, one of the smoothest drivers in the entirety of jet sprinting around the world. Unfortunately, that smooth didn't transition at the World Series. He had a big off, but at the moment today, really doing such a good job out on the water.
Yeah, mate, he's looking really smooth at the moment, and you can just hear that engine. It's absolutely humming. Let's see how he fares through here. He's done the smart thing, really, and just buttoned off a wee bit. He's gone wide around the outside of, around Mouthfresh now and over the line. Let's have a look at 37.063.
Wow, and certainly could have picked up a lot of time. He spent a bit of time up on the tyres as well, so not the smoothest we've seen of Blake Bryant. We've got Wiggy down there with Ollie Silverton.
All right, yeah, Ollie Silverton and the PSP boat and Jess Sitt and Navigator, of course. Ollie, you've been going so good all day. You've been impressing Kavy and I beyond belief. We're going to get run over, so I'll just come over here a bit. But what the heck just happened out there?
Yeah, I don't know, mate. We'll have a look and find out, but we just sort of started slowly losing revs sort of as we were going round, and then next minute just cut out on us, and that was it.
All right, Sam Newdick out on the track at the moment. It is Glenn Mason doing the navigational duties. Glenn Mason from Gisborne, Sam Newdick from Hamilton. And wow, have a look at this run. Jason Gramble, look, Sam Newdick always is just one of the smooth operators of the sport. And he's showing that right now.
Yeah, he's just so consistent, isn't he? And he's just got that boat set up really, really nicely. His team's done a fantastic job, and he's just driving the pants off it. He's really thrashing it now. This is going to be good, ladies and gentlemen. 36.100.
Wow, what a run. That means that Sam Newdick, he is fastest in the top 8. And Rick Burke, 36.991. And Neil Marshall, 36.2. So, in fact, Neil Marshall, we've also got, so it goes Sam Newdick, Neil Marshall, Rick Burke, Blake Bryant, and Warren Farr will be progressing into the top 5. So that is good night. No, and also Duncan Wilson, actually. I'll get back to you on that. Well, I'm sitting there having a look at all of this, ladies and gentlemen, and you would think that it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, but it starts at 4 and works downwards, and then I can't count. Difficult. Wiggy.
Okay, I don't know whether you heard Ollie Silverton too much. He's pretty softly spoken, but the disappointment on his face, he probably should have been in this next round. He's put up some of the best